What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review for Ready to Love, Make a Movie, guys. Season 1, episode number 3. And this episode is titled Seeing Double. So, before we go ahead and jump into this review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then do me a solid favor, you guys, and stop taking me out of this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of Ready to Love, Make a Move, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode, we literally pick up where the last one ended it, and that was with the argument between Sharice and Zadia in the kitchen. And Sharice. Ma'am, you are putting 20 on 10 at this point, ma'am, because she talking about how she felt so uncomfortable in the house. I was like, now, Sharice, Cameron never came in that house. Zadia left and went wherever she went with Cameron and did whatever she did with Cameron and came back. So Sharice is also saying that you called and you just like open the door. I believe Sharice when she say that. Now, Sharice, what I will say to you is, if you felt so strongly about Zadia waking you up, why in the hell did you wait until y'all got in front of Tamika to bring it up? Why not say to Zadia when you open the door, like I said last week, girl, I was knocked the hell out. Why the hell did you call me? Why didn't you call Ashley? Why didn't you call Vernisha? You called me of all people? No, we ain't playing that game. So, yeah, at this point, Sharice can miss me with the bullshit, right? Because I was just looking at Sharice like, man, the man never even came in the house. So what the hell are we talking about? So we also see that Zadia is taking a liking to Mr. Cameron, which, girl, we already knew that. Whereas Vernisha is very much so open to the process, and I love the fact that Vernisha is open to this process. I don't want Vernisha to have a situation like what she did with Joelle on her season of Ready to Love. I think, I do think that she has a great connection with Jabari, but I do want her to be open to the process, to getting to know whoever else that Tamika brings into the process, right? So after that, you guys, I like I said in the previous video, I do realize I say so a lot, and I say so when I don't have my next thought together. I got to get better about not saying so. All right, you guys. So remember, they are going on dates with two people are going on dates with the same men, right? So the first day we have is Ashley, and I forgot this man's name. I think his name is Kirsten. I think that man's name is Kirsten, but it's spelled Kirston. Kirsten. I could be wrong. I think his name was Kirsten. So Ashley was the first one to go on a date with Kirsten. What I will say about Ashley, I like Ashley, but Ashley is just way too much for me. Ashley is a lot, and I would tell Ashley, you had a number, you had a little bit of a 10 right now, and I just want you to bring it on down to at least a good 5. But what I will say is, with this date with Kirsten and Ashley, they are really hitting it off. She's talking about where she gets some Chick-fil-A and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, they're hitting it off. Now, on the flip side, we see Kirsten, he meets Zadia. Now, when he met Zadia, I was like, is he really feeling Zadia? Because Zadia was like, he asked her where she's from. She said from DC. And he's like, okay, I'm processing that. And I was like, what are you processing, sir? Now, what I will say is, he's like a really tall guy. That was the one thing that Ashley liked. Now, I will say when he was with Ashley, bruh man was sweating bullets, right? But I think that's probably because they're in front, when they filming, they have big lights all around them. So that's probably what that was. He was probably hot as fuck from them lights that are beaming on him. Now, when he was with Zadia, like I said, the date with Zadia was so different from the date with Ashley. He's not as talkative with Zadia, and he grabbed Zadia's hand to pray. He didn't say the prayer aloud, and I was like, wow, I mean, I'm all for praying over the food, right? But damn, you ain't gonna say the prayer aloud so everybody can hear what you praying to the good Almighty Lord for. Okay, it was just something off about the date, and it was even off when we got to Zadia talking to Tamika about the date. But let's pause here, you guys, and move forward, you guys. Okay, so next up, you guys, we see Vernisha. So Vernisha is going out on a date with this guy named Walter. One thing I will say about Walter, he is a nice looking man. The only thing that I had a problem with was maybe it was because I mean I had just woke up this morning when I watched this episode, but I will say with Walter, for me personally, I had the hardest time understanding what he was saying because it sounded like we mumble. He was sounding like we mumbling. I was like, huh? What are you saying? I do know that when he was with Sharice, he was talking about the fact that he's in music and that he's written songs for, I can't remember who he said he wrote songs for, but he was married. I think he said he was married to his wife for 19 years. And I was like, wait a minute now, you don't even look, I need to go back and see how old Mr. Walter is because I know Walter, I heard Walter say 19 years. I'm almost positive I heard Walter say 19 years, and I could be wrong, but I do believe I heard him say 19 years. Sharice, Sharice liked him. Sharice liked him. I will say that, and I was actually very surprised that Sharice liked him. We're gonna talk about Sharice in a few minutes because I have a bone to pick with Sharice. I do have a bone to pick with Sharice. So him and Sharice were doing a carriage ride, I believe. I don't know if those things called gondoliers? Something like, no, that's not a gondolier. But they were in one of them carriage, whatever the hell it was. And he and Bernicia, they were doing a cooking class. I like one thing I will say about Ready to Love Make a Move. I like the dates. The dates on this show are so much better than the dates on regular Ready to Love. And also, I want to say one thing about the name, because I talked about this last week. The title of this show, Ready to Love Make a Move. I don't necessarily think 100% that it's a play on the ladies making a move. I think it's more so a play because I think it's more so a play on them dating wise, right? I know that they've mentioned them moving, but I think the move is if they're going to stay with this one guy or if they're going to move or they're going to make a move to someone else, right? I think that's what the play, I think that's it, but I could be wrong. But Sharice, after that date with Walter, we saw Sharice and she went on a date with, what is that man's name again? Maurice. Once again, there is nothing like he went on a picnic. Now I will say one thing about Maurice. Maurice is a handsome guy. He looked even better outside of his that suit that he had on last week. In his regular street clothes, Maurice is very handsome. I was like, okay, Maurice, you do clean up. You know how to wear a suit well, and you can wear regular street clothes well. But the thing with Maurice is Maurice has no conversation skills. She was like, so you don't want to know anything else about me? He said, I know everything. He said, I learned everything the last time. I was like, there's always more things that you can learn about a person. Yeah, Maurice is a no. But Sharice likes Maurice. And I was like, girl, Sharice, you are fucking with me. No, 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 Sharice. Again, like I said, you guys, last week, I do see what it is with Sharice. Sharice likes the greenbacks. I ain't got no problems with nobody who like that. Like what you like, right? But when it comes to Sharice, I also do feel like Sharice is very shallow, like a kiddie pool. That is my problem with Sharice. Sharice is very, very shallow because there is absolutely nothing between Sharice and Maurice. Nothing. He gives nothing. I'm sorry. If we're on a date, so Walter's 46 years old. I'm watching, put it back up. The thing with Sharice and whatever this man's name is, what is his name again? Maurice. He like, what are you guys gonna talk about? You just like y'all are sitting on this picnic, literally looking at each other. Just looking at each other and eating food. It's exactly what happened on your first day with them. Y'all had a conversation, and granted, I know that these scenes. Here's the thing. I know when it comes to any reality TV show, I know that those scenes are longer than what we see on the show. I get that. I'm okay with that. But for this date right here, he says he didn't have anything that he wanted to ask you. but Sharice is still very much so interested, and it's just very interesting to me. But hey, if Sharice likes it, I love it. That's all I gotta say. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So we're back at the house, and Zadia and Ashley, they were talking. So they both talked about the date that they had, and they found out that they both went on the same date with, what is his name again? Oh boy, what's the name? Kirsten, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his name is Kirsten. And then while they were talking, Sharice came in there and sat down. So Zadia asked, Ashley if she could have some time just to her and to Sharice, right? So they sat down and they were talking. Zadia, I thought this was very big of Zadia because the Zadia that I remember from Ready to Love DC, Zadia didn't apologize. And Zadia actually apologized to Sharice. And I was like, Sharice, girl, take that apology and accept it. But Sharice was like, in her interview, you lied. I was like, Sharice, she lied. Okay. She didn't say, like, what are we talking about at this point? She lied. She lied about saying, she just said that she was in the house. Girl, it ain't that deep. I'm pretty sure anybody, if you're sitting here talking about the fact that she left out and called you, Sharice, it's not that big of a deal. It really wasn't that big of a deal. But Sharice wanted to make a moment out of it. And I was like, girl, what? Like, the woman literally apologized to you and said, if you felt that way in the moment, you should have said something to me. And I was like, oh my God, why am I on Zadia's side? Like, I am literally siding with Zadia. Sharice, it ain't that, again, I get it. We don't want nobody, if you're not a morning person, much like myself, don't wake me up out of my sleep, right? So I definitely 100% understand that and get that. But the woman just apologized to you. What do you want her to do? Go outside and pick some roses for you? Sharice was putting 20 on 10, and it was really annoying the shit out of me. So next up, we see that Zadia and Ashley are doing a double date with Cam and with Donald. Now, this is where Ashley annoyed me in this episode. So if this is how Ashley was on her season of Ready to Love, I wouldn't have liked her. Because this Ashley annoyed the shit out of me. Completely annoyed the hell out of my spirit. Now, she was talking about the fact that I guess Donald slid on her DMs, right? And they exchanged phone numbers. She's talking about the fact that she ain't heard from this man in 2 days. I was like, girl, say what now? Run that back. You ain't heard from him in 2 days. Oh my God. It is not the end of the world. Now, I know that I've saw a lot of people talk about how she got the guy that she dated on her season of Ready to Love, how he did her trash. And she even said it, right? I get that. Not every man is going to be like that. So let that go. But you are upset the man didn't talk to you for 2 days. Ma'am, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. What I will say with Ashley has some issues that she needs to work through. And I'm going to pray for her because I think that Ashley is still hurting from the loss of her father. I do believe that. So they had the date, and it was a good date for Cameron and Zadia. Donald and Ashley, I don't think that was a good date. Then we see Vernisha and Jabari. They went on a date. Jabari don't really like it that but Vernisha's going out on dates. But I love it for Vernisha because I just, again, like I said earlier, I don't want the situation that happened with Vernisha with Joel to happen in this. I do see that she likes Jabari. I think that Jabari might be a good guy, but I don't want her to put all of her eggs into one basket, and the basket of Jabari. I want her to go through this process, date the men, and if she feels a connection with them and it's not with Jabari, baby, deuces. I hate to say it. And I do like Jabari. I like Jabari. And for what I will say though, this episode right here, she did have an interesting choice to make. Would she pursue things with Walter, or would she pursue things with Jabari? Because I can see different things with both of them. Because also while they were on the date, they talked about, the roles in a relationship, because he was talking about he doesn't know how to cook. And so he asked her what does a relationship look like for her. She does believe that the man should be the provider. And, they were talking about, finances. He says, well, I'm an employee, so I have a set salary. Like I can't do that. But I like them two together. So let's pause here, you guys, and wrap up the episode. So you guys know how they are. They're having a mixer, and the ladies will tell the men at the mixer who they decide to make a move with. Sharice, no shock here. Now, didn't Sharice go on a date with so poor Walter? Nobody's gonna keep Walter. I just thought about that. So Sharice ultimately decided that she was going to pursue things with what's his name again? Maurice. But we find out that both Sharice, I mean, here's the thing. Before they went to the mixer, they talked to Tamika. They were telling Tamika that they, I think all of the ladies liked the man that they went on the dates with, but we'll see who they pick. Now, Sharice already said it. Sharice decided not to go forward with Walter. She decided to pick Maurice, and I'm like, for what? He gives you nothing. The man is boring and bland. But she like it, I love it. Zadia decided to move forward with Cam, and then Vernisha decided to move forward with Jabari. Like every time that I'm gonna double back to Maurice real quick, right? Because every time they're out on a date with not Jabari, but Maurice and Sharice, when they're on a date with each other, it gives the on mute challenge. Big wave in the room, the crowd gonna move. Look around, everybody on mute. Look around, it's me and my crew. Big energy, like that's what it gives. But no big energy, low energy. That's what it gives. Like that's what it gives. Big wave in the room, the crowd gonna move. Look around, everybody on mute. Look around, it's me and my crew. Low energy. Like that's what it gives to me. But hey, let me know what you guys think. And then we ended the episode with Ashley. So Ashley was talking to Donald and she just busted out crying. I was like, oh my God, Ashley, you are doing a lot for me. And I don't like it. But hey, that's the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below, you guys. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.